Good blessed Saturday, June the 3rd, 2023. It's about 11:13 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest or the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter if you like me or anything that I say or do or put on social internet. That's your prerogative. I don't look for thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't even look for likes or dislikes. Whatever you like to put, that's your prerogative. You have a first, 14th, and so many other amendments to the United States Constitution. But my reason to be here in Carbondale, Illinois today, right across the street from Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church. A few groups down here is having a march. They had march/parade. I believe it's more so a parade than a march. It's supposed to be a gun violence march. Women for Change, which is ran by a lady that's a black lady that's a city council member here in Charleston, Missouri. I mean, not Charleston, Missouri, but in Carbondale, Illinois. And without a doubt or contradiction, her organization get grant money from the city and other people. That's what they call a conflict of interest. You also have, Carbondale United. One of the individuals that used to be the CEO or the president of that, Nancy Maxwell, she just was sworn in last month, May 2023, as a city council member, and she get money. The mayor that just been sworn in, Carolyn Harvey, she's a part of these organizations. All of them get money from the city and federal government grants. The city giving them money is a conflict of interest, but they don't care. But I'm going to show you the shirt that I have on, and it's Justice for my son, Brian Lamont Jones. The lady with Women for Change, that's Jenya Sanders. All of these, three of these black females that I named, two of them is NAACP members. I'm an NAACP member. Nancy Maxwell used to be or I don't know if she still is, she was the chairperson for the criminal department for the Carbondale, Illinois NAACP. Carolyn Harvey is a lifelong member of the Carbondale, Illinois NAACP. Then you're going to have Linda Flowers. She's the president of the NAACP here in Carbondale, Illinois. The march is starting at her church. The church, Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church, had a history of doing some good here in Carbondale, Illinois, but the people that's running it now, I told the pastor of it now, his name is Logwood. All of them know about my son's death. It's been 800 and something days since Friday, March the 19th, 2021, since my son was found hung, a black man found hung. We got phone calls when he called in the police department. The police department took advantage of his addiction to drugs and homelessness and had him on their payroll. You can hear the 911 call and then the non-emergency call. Him asking, is he still on their payroll? Less than 24 hours before he was found hung. No shirt on. White female had his shirts in a apartment. They never took her downtown to question her. They never tried to get DNA or anything out of her house. Another white female claimed she found his wallet. They did nothing about it. When he was hanging, one of his pants pockets was inside out. His fist was balled up with money in it. The coroner, the deputy coroner that we can never find now, Sam Bryant, claimed he pried my son's hand open and took the $3 out. Instead of putting it in a evidence bag, he put it in the body bag. And it was a CSI lady from the Carbondale Police Department. Matter of fact, it was 12 professionals out there, EMTs, deputy coroners, and police. And none of them thought about looking at his whole body. His whole body wasn't examined until the pathologist took did an autopsy. But I'm finna get in front of the church here today, and then I want you to tell you about this Carbondale United. They have some individuals that they call violent interrupters. They had a Carbondale City Hall meeting Tuesday, May the 23rd, 2023, which I spoke at it and questioning the fact about them doing the police department and the NAACP working hand in hand to cover my son's death up, because I filed a complaint with the NAACP on May the 11th, 2021 via email, and they yet to respond to my complaint. But I'm gonna go in front of this building because they getting ready. They got the police department, NAACP, Rock Hill Church, Missionary Church. I'm sure Nancy Maxwell and the Carbondale United and some of their so-called violent interrupters that haven't been on no scenes of violence here in Charles, Missouri. I've been on most scenes and all of them put together. But let me go over here, y'all, before they run off. This is Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church here in Carbondale, Illinois. But Linda Flowers, the president of the NAACP in Carbondale, Illinois, is a member here. I think Carolyn Harvey, the mayor of Carbondale, Illinois, all black, is a member of this here. I'm gonna go down a little bit more so we can see the exact streets is on. Like I said, they said this is a march for gun violence / parade, but you will see it more so a parade and political thing than it is about violence, anything like that there, you know. And I know for a fact, because ain't none of these people, none of them that know of my son's death, none of them spoke up now time. I'm still protesting my son's death. Okay, we see the streets here is Marion and Monroe. Okay, you see they got the news media here. You knew they was gonna have the news media here. They got the chief of police there in the gray. Just want you, even got the fire department. There go your chief of police there in the gray. There go the news media. That's Junior Ryan right there in front of the news camera. This is what they do. It's not about the violence. It's about what's political. Yeah, yes sir, with the red hat on. City council member, never once spoke up about my son's death. I just want y'all to just take a good look here. This is more so a parade than it is a march for violence. Because if it was a march for violence, what do you need the news media for? They don't like the fact that I'm coming here. You know why? Because they know they covered up my son's death. Let's get a good look here, y'all. Here's, see all these police. Where's they at when black folks is getting killed? Just want y'all to just get a good look here. Yeah. How you doing, Chief? How you doing, Chief Reno? Hey, you heard anything yet from the Illinois State Police? I know it was back in December you said that they was gonna, they looking into my son's death. You heard anything back from them?
I have a letter back from them, and I've consulted with a couple of other groups, and I'm waiting on some responses from them, and my intention is to send it all to you at the same time.
Oh, okay.
We can discuss it sometime if you have to do that too.
All right, that's what I want to try to do. I want to try to get something, because you know, everything that was done with my son, you know, I think something just like you know, the coroner is nothing in the report, the coroner report, nor any of your police officers. The coroner pried my son's hand open to get money, $3 out of there, and it's not nowhere in the report. You had a CSI lady from your department, the Carbondale Police Department was there. They bagged my son's gym shoes, which had blood on it. And she even said that the money was in my son's pocket. But when I put it on my YouTube saying it wasn't in his pocket, she consulted back with y'all pathologist, and the pathologist said it was in the body bag. And I know you're a chief of police, you've been police for a while. If money coming out of a person's hand that's found hung, it wouldn't go in the body bag, it would go in an evidence bag. And it's a lot of other things.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to keep in mind that in Illinois, the coroner is responsible for the body, so everything that's with the body stays with the coroner.
No, the gym shoes, your CSI personnel put that in as evidence.
We did later because we were trying to get that submitted to the lab.
Okay, but you don't think it was a thing as far as with the girl that said she found his t-shirts? First she said she found them 8 o'clock in the morning, and then the next, when I put my YouTube up, she said it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and she took them in her house. Do you think that's kind of strange? And by her being a drug addict, you don't think that's kind of strange?
I know that we followed up with her and we've interviewed her and we have all the information. I'd have to go back and read those interview reports to find out exactly what she said. I understand your concerns, but we followed up on it.
Well,
I don't know that we can prove anything different than what we know right now.
But see, the follow-up was just to go back and ask her something, not to go looking her in a thing. You know, my son had a gash in his left hand that the pathologist said went down to his tendons. If it went down to his tendons, that, I mean, you know, I don't know if you know about the medical field. I do. I worked on an ambulance. If it went down to the tendons, blood gonna be spurting everywhere. So that gas didn't happen in that hallway, because if it was, blood would have been all over. All y'all found was drops there. It wasn't blood. It wasn't blood all over. But my main thing is, you know, it was 12. Look here, they got a black person. I don't know who they is. I ain't never seen them before, leading the march for the Carbondale, Illinois Police Department. You see, they think it's a joke out here about me coming out here by myself, protesting about my son. And let me tell y'all about the violent interrupter, Michael Vallet. Michael Vallet is not even out here. Van Eichner is here. I think Van Eichner is. I just spoke with Van Eichner. He's one of the two violent interrupters. But like I said, you see what's out here? The news media out here. You see, they don't march like this when people get shot and killed in the town. I done been down here. But look here, my son's death, the news people wouldn't cover my son's death. None of these people. Hey, how you doing? I ain't never seen you before.
You ain't never seen me before.
No, what's your name?
Gerald Edwards.
I talked to you before. I think me and you grew up in the same place. Did you grow up in Cabrini Green?
I did, yeah.
Oh. That's Gerald Edwards there. He's I think he's a part-time police officer here. I spoke with him one time, but you know, like I said, all of them they think it's a joke. You know, they don't get no money trying to investigate my son's death. You know what I mean? I want to go down here where y'all can see Nancy Maxwell one more time. This is Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Hey, I just wanted to just say, let the people see who you are.
Thank you so much,
That's Van Eichner. When I met him, me and him never had any words. That's Nancy Maxwell right there. That used to be the I don't know if you still the chairperson for the NAACP. You still an NAACP member or no?
I am too.
But I just, all I'm just asking with, can y'all, I mean, my son, there was too much stuff that was done with my son, and I know it was, the police had something to do with it, and I believe it was racially motivated. All I'm asking y'all to do, I'm an NAACP member, to help me and my family get justice for Brian. Is that asking too much?
That's not. We're going to sit down and we're going to talk. Mr. Ivy, you have my telephone number?
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And it's two violent interrupters, not 7.
Yeah.
You and Michael Vallet. And Michael Vallet is not out here, y'all. That's a good brother right there. That's a good brother right there. That's Pastor Lee. Now you see, this is a parade. This is not no justice for violence. You see what I'm saying? When you got justice for violence, if you're gonna have these fire trucks, all these police, you see they had the black guy, Gerald Edwards. Look here, they got the churches and everything out here. But every time a black is getting shot in the black community, you don't see none of it. You don't see none at all. One thing about these people, they'll come together, black and white, for these parades and these political things, but they ain't gonna come together. A homeless black man found hung, 3 ribs fractured, a gash in his the back of his left hand, with went all the way down to his tendons. Well, where you from? Is you from the news or no? Huh? Oh, that's Channel 3. Channel 3, you probably done seen me. Google up Raymond Ivy YouTube. I've been trying to get justice for my son. He was found hung down here Friday, March the 19th, 2021, and I can't get the news or nobody to help me spread the word. His death was never reported in the news at all.
Well, I'm only trying to get ahead of this.
Oh, I know it. Go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing. I don't want you to miss this parade. Because
well,
this.
Speak, you and I.
Okay. Y'all see it? Look at that. If I don't make it out of here safe, y'all, you know they done took me out the game. But I'm ready to lose my life. This orange is supposed to be signifying the violent interrupters. You see what I'm saying? See, I don't care if the chief of police, I don't care if a preacher or a bishop is mad at me. Look at that, look at that, outlaw. Yeah, that's who killed my son, outlaw. Look at that, y'all. This look good, don't it? Hopefully don't be no fire, don't nobody or shots fired, because we see where the whole police department is at. God allowed me to come down here to just show y'all Channel 3 in the area. Look at that, they all around. What was there with my son when he called 24 hours before he was found hung? You a violent interrupter, sir? You a violent interrupter?
A violent interrupter?
No, they got a thing they call. You ever heard of the violent interrupters?
Yes, I'm a violent interrupter, absolutely.
Okay, how many of y'all are?
Violence.
Huh?
Interrupting violence?
Yeah, they got the Carbondale United has a group they call. They say they got violent interrupters. Are you a part of theirs?
No, I'm from St. Louis.
You're St. Louis.
I brought my Job Corps students up.
Okay. If you get a chance, look up Raymond Ivy YouTube video. My son was a black 45-year-old that was found hung in this same town.
Really? On
Friday, March the 19th, 2021. I've been trying to get help from these same people. All of them is on City Hall. Oh, I see you ain't interested in it. All right. You can see he ain't even interested in my son's death. All they interested is in this parade. He said he a violent interrupter come all the way from St. Louis. You see how he turned his head? He didn't even care about my son's death. That's just how these other people is. But let me tell you, one thing about me, I'm gonna continue. Look at it, y'all. Y'all see, this is Reverend Stanley A. Logwood is the pastor of this particular church, Churchill Rock Hill Church. You see the police going the other way. He don't want me to get it. I'm going to leave on up out of here. I think I don't even need to hear none of them speaking. I'm just going to say, peace, be still. Don't y'all believe this parade that y'all see in here, this march. Don't think it's a march for violence, because if it was, it's been plenty of shooting and killings in the black neighborhoods down here in Carbondale, Illinois. And guess what? You ain't seen none of these doggone peoples. Peace, be still, y'all. Y'all seen you see how that guy from St. Louis, he said he's a violent interrupter. And then you seen him turn his head on me when I was telling him about my son. But these is church people. Peace, be still. Now, once y'all looked at this whole video, one part of it, when I was interviewing the chief, it got to going in slow motion, or you can't hear part of it. But the part that you can't hear, don't stop watching it, or just fast forward it if you want it, because it's some more important information on there. When I talked to the chief of police, I call this a parade. I don't call it a violent march. When I talked to the police chief, I asked him, did he get the Illinois State Police report back that he said he sent some information back in December 2022, because after he heard my then 15-year-old daughter speak at the Carbondale, Illinois City Council meeting back, I believe, in August of 2022, it made him want to open up my son's death investigation again to look at some additional information. But also he said, because they ruled it suicide, also he told me that he sent some of more of the they reports and investigation to the Illinois State Police, and when he get it back, he'll let me know. This was December of 2022. Today, June the 3rd, 2023, some 6 months later, when I asked him that question, he told me he did get their report back, but he consulted with some additional individuals to look at something concerning my son's death, which they said was suicide, and he wanted to wait until he get all of the stuff back, not just the Illinois State Police, but the other people that he consulted, which I don't know who that is, but he waiting for him to get all of that back, and then he'll send it to me. I also asked him about Michael Vallet and his wife, Katie Babcock Vallet, spending my son food stamp card when he was alive and after he was dead. And I said, ain't that a crime? And he said it was. And he said it is a crime. And I said, well, why wasn't he arrested? He said that was up to the prosecuting attorney, Joseph Joe Cervantes, a Spanish guy from Chicago. Don't let him be in Spanish that y'all don't think he prejudiced and racist. I know he is. Some of them same people that's marching, and some of them same people on city council felt the same way until they got into the good old boy system. Now he's a good guy. But the chief of police told me Cervantes, he asked Cervantes, should he arrest Michael Vallet and his wife? And he said, Cervantes said no. No. In other words, don't charge him with a crime. That's a crime. Also, my son was shot in June of 2020 in the foot, and in the hospital, he identified the individual that shot him, somebody by the name of James Brown, I think it is. The police brought the photo lineup to the hospital, and my son pointed out who it was. But guess what Cervantes did, this Spanish guy, prosecuting attorney in Jackson County, Illinois, that covered Carbondale. When my son was, when they ruled my son death suicide, April, the prosecuting attorney dropped the charges on this guy, James Brown, saying that the witness, my son, is deceased, and his testimony probably couldn't be believable. Ain't that something? Like my son don't know who shot him. But I'm gonna tell you about the prosecuting attorney and the police there. They know that they was using my son as an informant. I asked the chief of police that too. I said my son's last words when he called the police department 911 in non-emergency, he asked the dispatcher, was he still on the police payroll? And the dispatcher said that ain't something he needs to talk about over the phone on 911. When the police came to the mall where my son was at, my son asked the same thing, and you can hear the recording. I got the recording. When the dispatcher told him this here, and when my son asked from the mall, University Mall in Carbondale, the chief of police said, no, he ain't on our payroll. He used to be. Now my son is dead. My son's voice can't be heard. Who is to say he used to be? His shirt was off. He had a gash in his hand all the way down to the tendons where he was found hung. It was only a couple of drops of blood. If your hand is cut, punctured all the way to the tendons, blood gonna fly all over the place. I believe it might have been in that white female's house who got the his t-shirts out of his house. But I'm gonna leave it like this here. Michael Valent's supposed to be a violent interrupter. Why wasn't he at this Stop the Violence, so-called Stop the Violence march today? You know why he wasn't? Because this was a parade. This was a political thing. If you see the black police, I don't know what rank he had, that I asked that he grew up in Cabrini Green like me. Gerald Edwards. You can see this other violent interrupter from St. Louis. None of them seem to care about a 45-year-old black man being found hung in a apartment building that he don't live in. It is 246. It's 12 apartments, 6 on one side and 6 on the other, and then none of these people go down to the police station to be questioned. I'm gonna leave it at this here. Carbondale United shouldn't get that $450,000 because every time at the city council meeting at this Stop the Violent march, only one violent interrupter. Where's Michael Valent? Working for the prosecuting attorney. The Carbondale United, Women for Change, Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church, all of them is working hand in hand with the city of Carbondale because all of them is getting grant money. I'm gonna leave it at this here. If y'all don't give us justice, God will give us justice. Peace be still.